Hello, good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are. Hi, everyone. I'm Nick Fong. I'm from TBN Asia. And today we have with us Michelle Lee, the founder of I'm Soul Inc. in Singapore. How are you, Michelle? Hi.
I'm good. Hi.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to our chat today. Uh, let's cut to the chase. Let me just hand the time over to you to begin. Perhaps you could start by just telling us a little bit about yourself, your background, and your role with I'm Soul Inc. Over to you.
Thank you. I'm Michelle, and I'm the founder and CEO of I'm So Inc.
Mhm.
By the way, the Inc. in I'm So Inc. stands for inclusive, not incorporated.
Okay, inclusive, nice.
Right. So what we do, we're a social enterprise, and we use our enablers like music and technology to get everyone access to music. Because music has this ability to heal, the ability to lift our spirits, and the ability to actually bond people together. So we use a solution that is more powerful than just listening to music. We call it making music, which means doing all activities related to the creation of music. So we know that many people cannot make music. Especially those who are vulnerable, you have no musical background, or you're disabled, or actually just about anyone who hasn't gone for music lessons. We use music to do that for health, to improve health and happiness. Okay,
Well,
and the solution, the problem that we're trying to solve is actually loneliness.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Why loneliness? Because with loneliness, it comes, like people are lonely even when surrounded by people. It's when you feel you don't belong, when you feel you have no purpose, you feel very alone, isolated. And of course, and we have recognized this growing problem way before the COVID. We've been at it for 9 years, but the COVID actually just brought home the point that our service is really needed because a lot more people are lonely, they're isolated, and with that, you can lead to serious health problems like depression, lack of confidence, even dementia, stroke, Parkinson's, and all down the line. So what we want to do is to address the problem at the fundamental soul level. And when people are happy, and medicine doesn't cure everything, when people are happy, then they are more willing to cooperate. They're more confident to try new things. They are willing to. There's hope. That's positivity. So we address the soul. That's why it's like I'm Soul Inc. We get music to include people. We address issues at the soul. We believe that happiness is the best medicine.
Wow.
So from there, then other solutions can build on our solution.
Okay. Other solutions meaning from I'm So Inc. or other solutions from other providers?
From our Soul Inc. When you are happy, from our programs that people are happy, they're not so lonely, they feel they're taken care of, they're included. Then you could give them medicine. They are more willing to take the medicine. They're more willing to do the exercise, the rehabilitation. They're more willing to try new things in life. So what we do is actually sometimes address a very important issue, and that is human connection. Loneliness, human connection. And that's what I'm So Inc. does. So sometimes when people ask me, what do you do? They were like, what? Just sing and dance? I was like, I wish it's that simple. It's not. It's not. It's not just singing. It's not just dancing. It is really a very special program that we have created over the 9 years.
Right.
Proprietary. We tested it on the ground with thousands of people who have dementia, Parkinson's, special needs, disabled, and even able people, youth with maybe stress issues, just lifting that spirit up so that you are then more open and more positive about receiving abundance or new things in your life.
Wow. So I think you mentioned the connection, and I think that was what I was thinking as you were describing. I was like, yeah, it's like you're using it kind of start, to make a connection, to make a stronger connection before you even do the other kind of interventions after that with them.
Right. Yeah, because it's like we say you must have the immunity to fight certain things, right? So you must have that human connection that you feel there is a purpose, there is hope, there's confidence. Then you can have other interventions. You can use medicine, use drugs, whatever. But music is non-drug.
Yeah.
But how you deliver it is the key. It's our delivery that makes the difference.
Yeah, and I think that's perfect. The delivery thing makes perfect to my next question, which, I read a line in your bio was that, I just want to read the word, spreading the impact of making music to enrich lives, especially for those who cannot access music the conventional way. I was very curious. This line was very interesting to me. Well, what does that mean? Yeah, help us understand.
Well, I mean, how many people actually have a musical background? There are not that as many. Most people don't have, right? At most, we sing or we dance. And half the time we say, oh, no, we're not talented. We're not talented. So there are limiting beliefs. But what if I can tell you that through our service, you are able to, which is powered by technology, you will be able to make music. You can sing, you can dance, you can play, improvise, all that together instantly. With no need to read the musical notes. You don't even have to hold an instrument. So for people who are frail, people who are disabled, or just you don't want to have to learn the violin like 6 months before you can play it, this breaks down all the barriers. So when we work with people who are vulnerable and they could instantly play beautiful music from the word go, just by moving their hands or even their head or leg or any part of the body that can move, or this gives them that sense of achievement.
Right.
Yeah. This just gets them over it and say, oh, I can do it. It breaks the barriers, the limiting beliefs. And so it's kind of like, I can do this. Oh yeah, I have talent. I have musicality. So we give access to music making to everyone, no matter what age you are, no matter how able or disabled you are. And that to me, therefore, then I can bring whole families together, from grandchildren to grandmother. I can bring communities together, because what we do, we can do it in any language, any genre. You can play any musical instrument you like through what we do.
Through your program, yeah. So in that sense, is it a one-time thing, or it's a few sessions? How does that work?
Good question. It used to, we can do it one time, which is like an event.
Okay.
We go in there and like suddenly like 500 people can just be everybody making music together, and it cuts out all the boundaries. Or we work with nursing homes, or daycare centers, or even hospitals, where we go in sometimes twice a week, every morning, to make music with their residents. They may be elderly, or they may be special needs, or whatever their condition. So that could be like a 2-year contract that we go in, or a 4-year contract. We could go into a community sponsored by a corporate, and we train their staff. Then we bring their staff to the community, and then the community say we have rented flats who are lived in by lonely, elderly who live on their own. Then we make music in the void deck, and everybody comes down and join. And it's regular every week. Every week we go there. So we don't do. We're not like CSR. Oh, once a year I have to do a CSR event. So I do a tick, and then that's it. We believe that regular sessions will improve their social interaction. Will build the bonds, because people say, oh, I know you're my neighbor, but I have never talked to you before. Now we go down every week, right? And we make music together. Now we say, oh, do you want to go down together? So that kind of thing builds the community bonds in a very, very subtle way. Because we do so without words, in a sense like we don't keep on talking. Sometimes the people who are lonely and all that, words fail. When words fail, music speaks. So when you go down there, you sing, you dance, you make music with other people, you look forward to it, and you go, and you go, and that builds the bonds over time. So we don't really like to do one-off. We do one-off sometimes for awareness raising.
Okay.
But our projects will be actually regular sessions. It doesn't matter. It could be once in 2 weeks, once a week, or twice a week. It depends on the client.
Cool. What keeps the team motivated to keep going, to keep doing this? And you've done this for many years, I think. What was the number of years you said? Yeah, 9 years. Yeah.
9 years. Well, yeah, 9 years. It was quite a journey because when I retired, I kind of thought I'll just go off, do some passive investment or whatever. Went to UK, saw the impact of music technology that could, enable people to make music. But when I saw it, it was mostly for young people to become musicians, disabled young people to become musicians. And I thought that was too narrow. That was too narrow because I saw my father, who had a stroke at 55 years old, and it kind of made him half paralyzed and his speech was slurred. So that made him so frustrated and angry that his spirit died. He then gave up hope. He just
things that you want to do, he can't do, right?
Or he refused to do.
Right.
You see, not that he cannot do. See, the thing is that a lot of times with rehabilitation and all, you can get well. But for many people, when they are struck down, they lose hope, they lose faith. And they think, no, I'm not going to be able to get well. So they can't motivate themselves. They can't motivate themselves. And if you ask them to do exercises like physio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's way too boring. They don't want to do it, So like my dad, he would just lie there because we talked to him, we could understand. He just gave up. So because of that, he passed away. I saw the man, a very vibrant man with it. I wish I have what I now than what I have now. I wish I had that, because I think then my father would have been able to play his musical instruments just by waving his hands or moving a bit, and that would have brought so much. Like if you lose so much control over your life, and you can have that control by creating music on your own, you can still create something and have control. That I think is a very important self-motivating tool that we can give people. So you really give that power into their hands. Right. They could do it. And what keeps me going, when I go into the homes, when I see people with special needs, teenagers and all, and they are like sometimes so anxious, they don't even want to leave their bedroom. We have to bring our music into the bedroom to do it with him and his whole family. So the whole family makes music together. And they are delighted that he could participate. And you can see the sparkle in their eyes, and not just of the people that we work with, but most importantly, their caregivers. The caregivers need that engagement and also to lift their own spirits to be able to take care of their loved ones. So what keeps us going was when we see the sparkle come into their eyes, when we see that they are motivated, when we see the people who are taking care of them fully participating, engaging, and everyone is lifted. The happiness level goes up. Happiness goes up. And when they do that, it's like, when are you coming again? When are you coming again? When are you coming again? And over time, like music, over time, you get better and better and better, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I can just give you a music lesson and voila, you can play the piano. It
Mm.
doesn't work like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. I think that must be so emotionally gratifying, and I'm sure it must be
Oh yes.
incredible job satisfaction even for your team that sees
Oh
that.
yes.
Yeah, that's why nine
Yes.
years. So now 9 years moving forward. Also, what's next and what's new on the horizon for you guys, and what sort of support possibly you're looking out for as well.
Um, when we first started, we were just going to bring in the UK kind of music technologists and
Okay.
just, we do the marketing. Then we realized that no, actually, we want to build capability. And number
Mm.
two, Asia has its own cultures. Music that resonates is very important.
Okay.
So it's not the Western song. So I then flew to the UK with my musician and we learned how to use the technology. And we came back and we started developing our program. So that was like 7 years ago. We started developing our program, creating the local songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do Chinese songs, Indonesian songs, Japanese songs, any language, any genre, to be able to ignite that feeling. So with people like dementia, we could find a song that would spark their interest, and then you literally see the lucidity and the spark comes back into the eyes.
Wow.
So what we have done therefore is that we won the awards for our program, and then in 2019 we was actually spread to some Asian countries, and then COVID hit.
Yes.
COVID hit. So because our work is so much human connection, we can't really do virtual. I mean, it's like TBN. Virtual is not the same. It is that human.
Yes.
So we stopped for 2 years. We started going into individual families. We used to sell to work with institutions. Now we work with families.
Okay.
So now we have two. So now that COVID is reopening, clients are coming back. We're starting to build. So what are we looking for? We're looking, since the beginning of this year, in May, I have started a joint venture in Malaysia.
Okay.
It is taking off really well. So this trip, I hope to be in Indonesia and also share with people there to say, I could find a joint venture partner who believe in what we're doing. This is not like, oh, can you build an app? Can you do a platform? It is something that is about human connection and building communities, that fundamental level, right? And I'd like to find a joint venture partner so that we could spread it to Indonesia. We've already done Malaysia. We've got an army of songs and things like that. Indonesia is a good next step. So when this Bali conference came up, so it's timely.
Perfect. Good. Wow. Yeah, that's good to know. And I think, I think I definitely agree with you where having the partner that understands what it does and the impact and the outcome itself. And sometimes in this world where everything is getting more and more digital and virtual, it's refreshing just to have the other part more, just as important. Actually, the actual face to face, the human connections right there in the present. I think it's just as important. So yeah.
Yeah, I sort of like think of it like, when color TV first came on or color pictures, everybody wanted color, right? And after a while, people realized that there is something about the black and white that has a special meaning and connection and the sharpness. So I have tried to do online and I've proven that it really isn't quite the same, and really it is about the human connection. If I would like to think about like Grameen Bank like that, I would like a partner who would help me to access like elderly, seniors who are still very active, but want something meaningful and purposeful, to create jobs of dignity and joy. And then when we train them as music enablers, then we also teach them how to use our technology. And then together, just like Grameen Bank, where the women are given the solar panels, then they can go out into the communities and train other people, and also there's a job for themselves. So it could be a single mom, half the day they're free, the other half the children come home from school. They could do some music making with, you know, other people. So it kind of like jobs of creativity build communities. And when we serve the underserved as well, those who cannot get to music. So, you know, it's sort of like, so we don't directly give money or solve poverty, but in a way, when you raise the vibration level, when you give them jobs of dignity, and they can then create that, I think that's how we're solving the poverty cycle, because you're breaking the thought that, no, I'm poor, there's no abundance. You're changing that mindset from poverty to abundance, and then giving them the job, and a joyful job, not just assembly line in a factory, maybe. Different. But something they learn, and something to do with technology, but music.
Nice. I think you're definitely onto something here. Lastly, you know, where can people continue to follow what's going on with I'm Soul Inc. And you know, where's your website and your social, so that people can keep track?
Right. Website is www.imsoulinc.com. So it's IMSOULINC.com. And Facebook is www.facebook. Then I am Soul Inc. as well. And you can also email us at info@imsoulinc. We have a lot of activities. It has picked up again recently. So please subscribe, tell them, come to us, and if they have a corporate who would like to sponsor us to build communities, if you're looking for meaningful jobs, or a group of people whom you think you want to train so that they can deliver a job, this type of work that is meaningful, then we have a booth at TBN in Bali, so please come by to see us.
Okay. All right. With that, really thank you for your time. I know it's a busy day, but just thank you, Michelle, for just making time to have a chat with us. And have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.